Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today is episode number 2 in the Email Rainmaker series, where I share how successful entrepreneurs are leveraging email to build their empires. So today we're going to take a look at an 8-figure company in the personal finance and online education space, led by an entrepreneur named Ramit Sethi. Now, Ramit Sethi is a personal finance author, expert, and educator. He's the founder of the book I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and also the site and company Growth Lab. So we'll take a look at both of those today. I Will Teach You to Be Rich is actually one of my personal favorite books on finance and investing and making it really simple. It's one of the #1 books that I gift to friends and family members. So I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at Ramit's companies and how he has built an 8-figure empire using a lot of email. So watch this video until the end. You're going to discover what his business model is, how he makes money, how he uses email, and how he is growing his companies. So let's dive into my computer right now. All right, so here I am on one of Ramit's sites called iwillteachyoutoberich.com, which is also the name of his best-selling book on Amazon, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And this is actually a really good book. I recommend anyone who wants to learn more about personal finance and investing and learn about it in a very simple to understand way, then highly recommend you pick up this book. I actually gift this around Christmas time to friends and family members who want to learn more about personal finance and investing. So I highly recommend you pick this book up. Great book. So let's first talk about Ramit's business model, right? So he has this site here, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And then he also has this site here called growthlab.com. So how does his business model work? Well, you can see here first, let's take a look at Owler.com, 8-figure company. You can see estimated annual revenue is $10 million a year. How does he make this money? How does his business work? So he runs an online education company. So Ramit sells books like this one. I think this is actually his only book right now. And he also sells online courses around different categories and topics. So you can go here, you can go to his site, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and you can see here he has courses or products around productivity, careers, business, and making and investing your money. If we go to here in Growth Lab, I think these are actually the same products. You can see different ones around, this is around marketing and audience building. So sales page, delegation, mental mastery, how to talk to anybody, success triggers. This is around mindset, I believe, happiness, confidence, success. Yep. Negotiation, email marketing. So he has an email scripts course. So I haven't bought any of Ramit's courses. I have his book. That's about all I have. But this is how his business model works. He sells online educational products and he also sells his book here. So let's talk about how he makes his money. You know the different products he sells, but how does he get sales and customers for these products? So the first way is he has his book here that's generating, I don't know how many sales this is generating. I'm guessing quite a bit. So he's getting book sales every day from Amazon, and this is organically, right? His book just gets organic sales every day from being on Amazon. In his book, he has different bonuses you can download by getting on his email list, which is where he sells a lot of his online courses. So if you see here, I don't read every email, but let's take a look at one example here. Let's take a look at this one. So you can see here, he writes an email pretty much daily. Let's see, yeah, almost a daily email here. And it's always leading to either a piece of content that leads to a product or directly to a product. So this one you can see is for his course Success Triggers. So he talks a little bit about a personal story or a lesson that he has in this email. And at the end of it, he links to his course, right? So learn more here, join Success Triggers today. This leads to a sales page. And at the end of this, there should be a button for you to get access to this, right? So this leads to an order form here. So this is how 12 payments of $29, what is that, like 300 something dollars there. This is how Ramit makes his money, right? He gets people to buy his book and he teaches them about personal finance and investing and making more money and earning and growing their money. And then he's also getting people onto his email list where he sells online courses around various different topics, helping you become better in different areas, right? Whether it's negotiation, whether it's landing your dream job, whether it's starting an online business. He has online courses for a lot of different things and topics. So if you look at this, he's sending out an almost daily email here. Looks like he missed a day here, 6th to 8th. And every email is either leading to a piece of content that then leads to a product or leads directly to a product. So this is how his business model works. He sells online courses, educational products, and he makes his money and he makes his sales by sending out an email that leads to those online courses and products. So let's talk about how he uses email. Well, you've first seen it here. He sends out an almost daily email that sells his product, but how does he get people onto his email list? Well, I know he runs some paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram because I've seen his ads before, but he also has on his main site, he has an opt-in, right? So this is an opt-in or for a free report on how to start and grow your online business. And he shares 30 successful online businesses that you can model today. And if you get on his list, he'll send you a guide, and then you start to get all these emails here, right? So again, very simple model here. He has a product, whether it's a course or a book. He has a way to get people onto his email list, which is either through paid advertising or through bonuses where people can download from this book here, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And then once they're on his list, he is promoting one of his different products, and he's sending an email every day to promote one of his products. So how does he continue to grow his company, right? Last week we talked about Ben Settle. He uses Amazon books, short books to generate leads for his list where he then sells his products. Remit is very similar to that. So he sells this book here, but he also runs a bit of paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram and maybe a few other platforms that gets people to download a free report like this so that he can continue growing his list. And if I were to guess, I'd say that there's probably over 1 million people on his list. I'm not really sure, but if I were to guess, that's what I would say because he probably has done over 1 million in sales of this book. So 1 million units, that is. So he probably has quite a bit of people on his list, and he's using paid advertising and these book sales to continue to grow his list. Now, one last thing before we wrap it up, I went and found some of his paid ads on Facebook. To do that, you can just go to facebook.com/ads/library. And I typed in Ramit Sethi's name here, Ramit Sethi's IWT, which is I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And you can see here are his different ads. So we have one here that leads to a lead magnet. If we click on this, it's going to lead to a page where you put in your name and your email, and he gives you a guide for 30 ways to get started with your online business. Let's take a look at another one here. So that was a guide. Looks like a lot of these are just variations of that guide, different images that he's using. Let's see this one. This might be different. No, it's the same thing. Yeah, they're all the same thing. So he's been running these since May 26th. Today is June 24th. So he's been running these for about a month. I'm guessing he just refreshes these every month or so. And he's running ads to a free lead magnet that then leads to his email list where he then promotes his online courses and his products. So that is how he continues to grow his list, continues to grow his business, is through his book on Amazon and through paid advertising on platforms like Facebook, where he leads people to a free lead magnet to download so that they enter his email list, and then he can then make his offers for his online courses and products. So that wraps up Ramit Sethi's business model, how he makes money, how he uses email, and how he continues to grow his business. So that was episode number 2 in the Email Rainmaker series. We talked about Ramit Sethi and his companies, I Will Teach You to Be Rich and GrowthLab.com, and how he makes 8 figures a year with those companies. He sells a book and he sells online courses, and he uses email to drive the sales for those different products. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to learn how to start, grow, and scale your online business with email, go to emailrainmaker.com. That's going to take you directly to my free Facebook group where you can join and learn all about email. So that's it for this video on this breakdown. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.